Oh, the A-Team van, huh?
Dun, 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 dun. You know, the 80s, you know, you look back on it now, like with cars right now that can accelerate to 60 and
3 seconds.
SUVs, minivans with 300 horsepower. And I was looking at this dude, this banana yellow Honda Prelude SI. I remember seeing this car at a car show as a kid. Dude, it had the specs. It was 109 horsepower. And I'm like, I wouldn't even let 109 horsepower cut my grass.
You talking about the 4-wheel steering, the flip up headlight?
It might have had the 4-wheel steer. It might have had the 4-wheel.
I feel like many of the yellow ones had the 4-wheel steering.
Yeah, it was the Prelude. There was the Prelude SI, and then it was the name of it was the Prelude SI 4-wheel steer. If you got it, they also had a Prelude, Honda Prelude, and part of the name was also ALB. Anti-lock brakes. That's how they identified ALB, because they at that time anti-lock brakes was such a novelty.
Yeah, that's how rare it was. I mean, but you can see that with everything, with like fuel injection.
Yeah, they plastered on the side.
Dual overhead cams. I don't know if you guys remember this. They used to love to plaster dual overhead cams on anything that had them.
But yeah, the performance. I have to, you know. I'm like, am I spending $35,000 on 190 horsepower V8? Like, what?
Hey, it's the era.
It was a unique challenge because, you know, I cannot find one of my.
The E28 M5 was the fastest sedan in the world.
Which you drive that thing now, and you're like, what? Yeah, right. And then it's like that meme with where it's like 3 Honda Civics, and they're like, oh, my boy doing it was like a race, or he's like my boy doing a pull, and he's like, and the sound, the guy's like, whack, whack, and then it's like this little SUV just creeps past it on the side.
Yeah, somebody in a Kia Soul is gapping you. So
yeah, it's like they take off. It's absolute. I love those memes when they show the Hondas trying to race.
Yeah, but you know, that was us.
Yeah. But that made the challenge even more challenging, because it, you know, you had to, like, just like we were kind of talking about the aesthetics versus the output, you had to kind of like live in the 80s to think like, you know, this was high performance back then. You know, you're paying today money for it, but it was high performance back then.
That's the worst part. That's really also, you have to pay at today's dollars for 80s greatness.
Yeah,
I found something else interesting. There were some vehicles in my search that didn't qualify because I couldn't find one expensive enough.
Really? Yeah, I did. I
wanted a BMW. I wanted an E32, but like 90% of them were literally like a cargo pocket, and I'm not leaving.
And that's a really, really nice one,
right? And I'm like, I'm not leaving 2 cargo pockets on the table unless you let me fucking drop a 6-liter Denon twin turbo in it with the extra money. Like, you know,
that's exactly what you do with the extra money,
huh?
So that's exactly what you do with the extra money. You bring an 80s car up to spec.
Right. We might have to have a part due and do a build for the 35,000. I really love the E32s, and actually I should be encouraged that I could easily afford one. But hell, look at what we've been finding with the E38s, you know, and they can also get into vintage. I have a sneaking suspicion that before it's all said and done, I'm gonna have an E38 as well. But my problem is what I want doesn't exist. I want a short 750i E38 6-speed. That car, while that car doesn't exist, it's also not impossible to make.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't make it, and this is why, because why do that when I can get a pretty damn clean E38 740i and drop it over to McHale and have a S62 6-speed.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's it.
And,
there's more,
and the performance
more,
would far outstrip, the fun factor would far outstrip having, you know, the V8 in, you know, basically making a heavier 850 with extra doors.
S38 Fire Team, would you look at that? Look what the cat has drug in.
For real.
Look who has come home to roost. All of the sayings when you don't see somebody for a long time. I have not seen these guys in an official capacity, certainly in an unofficial one, as part of the conglomerate known as S38 Fire Team. However, we are back, as Brooklyn alluded to. This is episode, what did it say, 29, I believe. Some gaps there in the production, but the writer's strike affected us. You know, there were some terrorist issues that we had to work through. And I did not pay the internet bills, but we are back. In all seriousness, we did miss doing this and talking to you guys and having fun chopping up with each other. So without further ado, my colleagues, my name is Dre Zoom. We have Adam Slick Top City and Brooklyn Taylor here.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here in 2026 and so glad that I survived all 6 months of January.
6 months of January. Oh yeah, today is, you know, for those that are playing along at home, today is February 1st. So yeah, we got through January, which definitely seemed like it was going to be impossible to get through. So yeah, Brooklyn.
All power to the people, as Wolf was alluding to. Happy Black History Month.
Oh, day number one.
Which is, you know, so welcome back. The crew has so much for you in 2026. Just selling it big so Dre can live up to it. The crew has 75 episodes for you in 2020.
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna try to do some live performances, some live shows this year, and we're gonna keep bringing you great content, and we're going to continue to engage with our very kind, very supportive, very enthusiastic audiences. And you know, we're gonna hit you with some on location stuff. But right now, tell them about this week's episode.
So, you know, you guys know that just like a lot of our listeners and watchers, viewers, and our friends, we love cars from the golden era of automobiles. Now, for me, there is a very specific window when we talk about the golden era of the modern car. I do think the sweet spot is somewhere between 87 to like 99, maybe early aughts, I would say. But I do think that when you're constricted to between 1980, which is still coming off of the you know, the oil embargo and all of those things in the late 70s, all the way up until 1989, which is really when the performance envelope started to open back up for manufacturers, right? So it puts you in a real interesting bowl of time to work with. There was a lot of good designs. There was a lot of good intent. Whether or not the performance was there, that's kind of like where we're going to see how we end up. We were just kind of talking before we were recording, maybe after, about how the E28 M5, the BMW E28 M5, was the fastest car in 1986, you know, when it debuted. And, you know, I have a E28 M5, and I'm banging gears and I'm going through it, and traffic around me is just driving as normal as they could be. And I'm like, oh my God, grabbing gears, and everybody, and like lady next to me is putting on her lipstick as she's driving in her minivan. So it's an interesting a slice of time to have to pick from for a daily. And there's also a cap to that for this challenge. $35,000. Why such an odd ball price? Now that's $35,000 each for a 2-car solution. All right. So you couldn't just lump your two, do 35 and 35, spend 68 grand on one car and then $1,000 on a beater. We're not going to play it like that. Brooklyn, Adam, talking to you guys. $35,000 each. When Car and Driver started the 10 best, their annual 10 best issue, which they crowned the 10 best cars available for sale in America, $35,000 was the limit at that time. And the formula that they used was, I think 1983 was the first year of the 10 best. That was 2.5 times the price of the average new car. So back then it was like $14,000 or something like that. So just wanted to kind of stay in that same realm, make things a little bit more difficult and interesting, and you got to put some thought into it. That way you just don't go Ferrari F40 and Porsche 959. So what did you guys think about this week's challenge?
I thought it was great. And I campaigned for, I lost, but I campaigned for having that 70,000 being able to divvy up anyway. So if you wanted a $40,000 car and then use the rest on a different car, but we decided to go 35,000 is the ceiling for each car. And I had several strategies. My first thought was I'm gonna really hit them in the head, as some of my twin would say. I'm gonna really hit them in the head, and I'm gonna hit them with I'm gonna get an Aston Martin. I was under the impression I could get an Aston Martin for $35,000. Turns out you cannot get an 80s Aston Martin
unless you're filming Ready to Die, James Bond, and they need to trash one. I don't think.
Yeah, you can't get a whole Aston Martin for $35,000. But along those same lines, I thought, well, maybe I'll get something we couldn't get here. But again, if you're trying to get something from 88 or 89 that we couldn't get here, now that you can get it here, it's probably going to be more than that, with certain exceptions, right? I almost went and I hope I'm not spoiling anybody else's lunch, but I almost went E30 touring, but I just can't fit in an E30 day to day the way my proportions are set up. I mean, I could, but it'd be a squeeze, because we're talking here. Our parameters are, these are your only 2 cars, and correct, this is your garage, and this is what you're going to have to live with. So from that perspective, I had to make different choices. And who's going to go first?
Dre?
Am I
getting voluntold? No, I don't know. Adam, what did you think about the challenge?
I was going to say that I think I'm pretty well prepared. Something that I did in December is I made a little pact with myself that I would drive something old more often than I would drive, the appliances that I have. So I put up the Honda and started driving Sidekick around, for example, and Walt, and both of those are 80s vehicles. I guess Sidekick is a 90, but close enough.
Yeah, right.
I think so. I think it kind of put me in the right mindset and kind of brought me back to center a little bit. So I've been able to do that the past 2 months. I'm going to continue doing that and try and keep that going into the future. And it's a great place to be, just because the cars are interesting. There's nothing really like them on the road at this point. Driving Walt around, he's 41 now, And you know, you don't really think about that until you actually do the math.
Tell our listeners what Walt is.
Oh, Walt is my 85 528i.
Euro.
It's an E28 BMW. So anyway, driving that around, there's nothing that really looks like these cars on the road anymore. And so that's kind of fun in and of itself. And the fact that they still translate well on the roads, you know, you're not winning too many stoplight drag races, but you're having a lot of fun.
Walt is 41.
Yeah.
He's thinking about retirement, you know, maybe, you know, getting to cash in that 401k soon, you know, settle down.
I got to get in the line for my retirement Rolex.
Right. Walt is hitting his second wind.
Maybe Walt is, yeah, you're right, Brooklyn. Maybe Walt was saying 40 is the new 20. That's
yeah, Walt
is like 41 is the new S52. That's what Walt is saying. Hint. Yeah, that's what.
Well,
Walt
yeah. If for our listeners, Side Chick is an S52 powered 1990 E30 325 IS coupe. Every IS is a coupe in that era, but it's IS coupe. It's a great car. It's a project for the crew that has gone extremely well. And unless Dre starts doing the graphics where somebody mentions Side Chick and he puts the graphic up, and then somebody mentions Walt and he puts the graphic up, I'm going to push for us to like identify.
Okay, I can do that. And fun fact, I don't think since the last time we've met that Side Chick has had the heart transplant that it has had. So the last time we visited Side Chick, it just had the run-in-the-mill M20, but now it has a like its twin brother, the Mando. They both have S50 swaps in there. We got to get Dan on the show. This guy's,
Yeah.
I know you guys probably think that we're just making this stuff up. Well, I promise you that people like Dan and Mando and Side Chick exist. So, all right. Yeah. And last but not least is Fit Check. What's going on with the Fit? Are you guys still competing, or is everybody mailed it in?
I just got the Brooklyn Taylor Tech.
Brooklyn Taylor Tech Company shirt
in blue. And then I got I was wearing earlier because it's winter here, the F40 and
Stormtrooper.
That's
pretty cool.
I took this photo in at the RADWOOD in Austin, Texas. And iconic. There was a Stormtrooper walking by, and I asked him to stand in front of the F40 so I can take a picture of two 80s legends. And he obliged.
Like always miss and never misses. The Stormtroopers always miss, but the F40 never misses.
I like that. I like that. Anyway,
sort of
this shirt and that hoodie can be acquired at the Brooklyn Taylor Tech Etsy shop. Website forthcoming, but Etsy shop is already up.
Speaking of resolutions, I got my little shirt. Drink less, lose weight, quit smoking.
I like that. That's fantastic.
I thought that was apropos.
Jen, you always tie it in. Adam. Yeah, New Year's resolution. I just went with the our former employer, joint employer,
right.
And then I've got North Florida Bimmers on underneath here. But I always get stopped. And this is my travel shirt. Anytime I have to, I'm traveling at least on a plane, and sometimes I forget that I'm wearing it, and like I'll just hear a random "hoorah!" and I'm like, "What the fuck is?" Yes. Right. Yes, thank you for you're welcome for your service or whatever. Yeah, so
you're welcome for your service. It's hilarious.
Good stuff. Yeah, 80s challenge, 2-car solution, 35K per solution, 1980 through 1989. Adam, would you like to kick it off with your
sure can, sure, if you like. All right, so any 2-car solution, you're going to need something that you can take out on date night, I believe, and then you need a work vehicle. So that is, I think that definition is going to change between the three of us, but that was sort of how I looked at this challenge. You know, having two different vehicles definitely allows you to do some fun stuff. Now, I didn't quite meet the budget, but in my head, I was thinking, well, you know, that's a little bit of, you know, almost $20,000 that I can use, or 18,500 that I can use to hop this thing up if I wanted. I really like.
Dude, I totally had that on my radar. Continue.
I really like this vehicle for quite a few reasons. A, was within the budget, and we were talking about this before. And some of the cars that you can find in the 80s run the entire gamut from $10,000 to $100,000.
Right.
And believe it or not, there are Chevy Suburbans that are topping $70,000. Now they are hopped up like crazy, but this one I felt had a good history. It was a California Park Service vehicle or something like that. It has Dre's favorite thing on the front, favorite accoutrement on the front. It's got the brush guard. It's got the driving lights. It's 4x4 clearly, and that yellow paint job is unmistakable.
I like yellowish orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
What color is that?
Definitely.
It says finished in yellow.
Yeah, definitely county spec color.
Right. But you can see the interior has this similar, like the glove box is also metal, so also painted to match.
Exactly. Yeah.
Plus this one is, if I remember correctly, this one's a stick.
It is a manual.
Yep. Plus it's 4x4. So I don't know. It just ticked all the boxes for me. And I thought, boy, wouldn't that be a fun vehicle to just road trip in? You know, maybe get a little bit of tint on it. And that thing's going to last you forever and ever and ever and ever.
What's the drivetrain in that?
It has the 5.7 liter 350.
Nice.
V8. I just thought it was a great vehicle. It could do. I've driven these Suburbans in lots of conditions, to include up and over mountains, in snowstorms, etc. So I feel like it's
your first car was a Suburban, right?
Correct. My first American vehicle was a Suburban, and that one was 2-wheel drive, and I never got it stuck in New York winters. Yeah, this is just a great vehicle.
Oh yeah, and they had the searchlight up here.
Right.
I'm very impressed that you never got it stuck in the New York.
I would definitely put the searchlight back on there.
So a little bit cheaper, but I felt like this vehicle in particular, you know, a couple whiskey dents there. Couple
whiskey dents.
This vehicle in particular had a story, and I felt like that was fun, and a good addition to anybody's garage, really.
You know what this is, right?
Huh?
You know what this is, right?
What?
This is the duty truck. You know, the duty vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember all the duty that they always had some kind of. They were horrible specs. They were like single cab, long bed, vinyl seats, bench seats, and they always had dings because people didn't know how to drive them.
You know what I really tried to find is I tried to find this vehicle, but in the truck version. So they have like the big 4-door truck.
Yep. Big long bed. Yeah.
Dude, those are very expensive. They are very expensive. They're not. As a matter of fact, there was one here for sale here in town years ago that I really wish I could have picked up. It was so cheap, and it was a stick. But yeah, just a great vehicle. I love these vehicles, and so that was my first pick.
Nice. Now, the only thing I'm gonna ding you on: do not get rear-ended because you're definitely going straight to the ER with a damn sprained neck muscle. No headrest in sight.
No headrest.
And I like it when the back one didn't have a headrest either. So if you get rear-ended, you hitting it on those trucks, you're just hitting your head on the glass in the back.
Well, actually, from experience, I did hit a deer in one of these Suburbans one time, and my wife was laying across the bench seat having a nap because I think we were heading either to or from her place, and it was a good long drive, so she was having a nap. And I hit this deer. She didn't even wake up. It was a big deer, but she didn't even wake up. So these vehicles, I mean, yeah,
There's a story in there somewhere. Good grief.
You might get a little bit of whiplash, but I'll tell you what. The truck
I can see a Venn diagram with you and Bill Cosby. Like she didn't even wake up.
Right. Venn diagram is a circle.
The
But this thing is-
diagram.
So
of
she
you,
was
like
she
hitting a
was in
deer
the
in a
front with you,
Suburban.
or she was in the back bench.
No, she was on the front bench.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can. I mean, this one is clearly the strippy model. You know, no features
Dude,
whatsoever.
me, I can't. I
Slick
can't tell
Top
you the
City.
last time I seen Slick Top. That's not even the word. Tin Top City. Oh my God, the
Yeah, you can see
insulation
the
on that.
frame.
That's cool though. I like it. This is definitely duty spec. What was that? Motor T spec for sure, man.
I love it.
Yeah, I
All
would
of
say
that
it's,
room in the
I would
back.
say it's an honest vehicle. You know, like it's
Yeah.
got an honest history.
It's a
Do those
big
back
vehicle.
seats fold in Suburbans?
The back seats do, and then you can also get a third row as well.
Okay.
Oh, you got
You
the
can probably
waterproof speaker up front.
you can get a sheetrock in there.
There you can.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
Right,
there's
true.
all kinds of stuff you can throw in there.
You see the this is for like when it's really cold. This is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It comes off the
I
exhaust.
I remember that specifically. Yes, I remember that very specifically.
I remember that.
They don't go super fast, but
Look at the jack in the.
oh yeah, the jack and the handle. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Look at the jack in the motor bay.
As a matter of fact, I think I still have one of those jacks kicking around like loose from my original Suburban. There you go. There's a jack handle.
Yeah, there's a jack handle right there. God forbid it's hot underneath that engine bay when you need to change a tire.
Oh, these are great with a set of what do you call them? Good.
Headers?
You know, I was gonna say exhaust. What are they called? Cherry bombs. Cherry bombs.
Oh yeah.
Dude, get a couple cherry bombs, done. That's it. That's all you need.
Great.
And you know what? The other thing about this vehicle is no matter, I don't care how you drive it, you're getting 10 miles a gallon. You could be pulling the earth out of orbit or just driving yourself. It's going to get 10 miles a gallon.
Or you could be
Except
pulling
for
the deer.
Except for the 454s. 454s are even worse.
Worse, yeah.
Right.
No, I think the 5.7 350 is perfect.
Look at that. Got all the records.
This is a county vehicle, you know. They just
good stuff, man.
Crazy. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, great choice. Great choice. So you've got the 86 Chevy K20. Now the K meant it was 4-wheel drive, right? And
correct.
The C meant it was 2-wheel drive.
Oh.
Suburban Custom Deluxe 5.7.
K20 also means 20 also means is a 3/4 ton.
3/4 ton, okay. And 4-speed, so 4 on the floor. I'm here for that.
Yeah, it has 3 speeds with a granny low.
Oh, yeah, because here you have, well, you can't see it in this picture.
At least that's how mine was. I think it's got a Muncie Rock Crusher, I think is what they call it. Transmission. Rock Crusher?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
I think that might be it.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
And they've got the old school radio CB. And the CB. I want to find a picture of the gear shift.
Oh yeah, you got to get it from the passenger side.
Yeah. Of course, I can't find that picture. I know I've seen it earlier. Oh, there it is. Ah, yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah. Yep, that thing is a mile long. And then in reverse, the knob just about touches the bench.
Yeah, because it comes all, it's like, it comes all the way back.
Real good times, man. And then I got another vehicle that can do date night. It can do stoplight drag races. It can look sharp. It can levitate. Except if you put Pirellis on it, then that's what keeps it on the ground. And then
I am
right. Wasn't it Pirellis?
Yes. Yep, Pirellis. Correct.
All right, here you go.
I see that you're really venturing out of your comfort zone. That's what I like about you, Adam.
Totally not doing any growth whatsoever.
Adam
I found the only $35,000 BMW M5 on Bring a Trailer.
Yeah.
But this was recently sold. This was November.
Yeah, this was back in November. So we had a chance.
What's this car?
No, I don't believe we ever did.
It's got Euro bumpers on it.
Yep, sure does. Euro bumpers, Euro lights.
Euro price? We not Euro wheels, though.
We got a little bit of a sad because of the tan interior, but
yeah, they didn't get the front seat color right.
Is that what you're saying, Wolf, or you're just saying you'd rather it be black?
I'd rather it be black.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Well,
you
they
said.
didn't get the coloring right, but yes, sure.
But
Wait,
yeah,
go back up a little bit. Accident reported.
I'm sure.
Potential odometer rollback.
I'm
How
sure
many miles does it say? Or is it a true mileage unknown?
wait, go back up just a little bit. 1989 accident.
Wow.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Of course, our favorite
mean,
article, but
There was
she's a
still
looker, man. This is proper. This is exactly what Bob would look like if I did Euro bumps. I don't have.
Sure would.
Yeah, I don't think I have the same size tires, but yeah, this is.
I mean, you know what? It just changes the entire makeup of the vehicle when it's got Euro bumpers.
It does. Yeah, it does. It does. There's no argument there.
It really accentuates, the lines, and also, gives it a little bit of a trim around the belt line, I believe.
Oh,
there you
Adam,
go.
is this your car?
No, it's not my car.
This is Adam's car. Stop lying.
Dog. Come on. What are we doing?
I had to leave a little Easter egg
Adam
for
is
you.
the master of these triple entendre, reverse waffles, presents his own cars. Like, come on, man. Look at this.
That's
now
lovely.
that guy has that tag and you don't know about it is beyond me, man. Dude, that's a cool tag, though. Even though this is 1988 M5, which oddly enough, people ask that a lot when I drive Bob. They're like, "Oh man, like, like, what is this an M?" And I'm like, "Yes." And this is at Cars and Coffee. People will ask this stuff, but I just entertain them.
Well, counterpoint to that is, I am driving. I do have Side Chick and Walt in the rotation, and they're both white vehicles. Right. One's a small 2-door and one's just slightly larger 4-door. But I'll tell you what, people don't know the difference.
No, they don't. No,
that's the really shocking part. They just know it's an old BMW. But you're not going to be looking past this car. Let me tell you.
That is.
Man, look at that.
Was this a repaint? Oh my goodness, this car is way nicer than mine.
And this is also what I love about when a bring a trailer auction ad is done right, because there's plenty of pictures. There's everything you need to know. You can go through the pictures. There's over 100 pictures. There's nothing worse than, being on Craigslist or somewhere and you see a car that you like and you're like, dude.
And there's one damn picture.
One picture of the car parked in snow. Like, it's like, what are we doing right now?
235. And get rid of them carpets.
Okay, I'm back.
Real
the car's not outside in the garage, Dre, or is it?
Oh, he got a leather trim dash. That's not.
Oh, that's money.
Yeah. Now he's got the incorrect shift boot and shift.
Dre.
What?
You're doing a
I'm doing that thing.
You're doing a Barrett Jackson appraisal right now. Original tape deck.
Steve Mignate is his name. I love Steve Mignate. He knows the muscle cars like I don't know what. They'll come across and he's like, now this is a 68 and a half Camaro, because as you can see here, the chrome trim is actually reversed in the back quarter here, only above the right rear tire, and that was only the ones made after August of 6. I'm like, dude, how do you know?
Right. I mean, there are cars we can do that kind of stuff about.
There is car. Yeah, that's true. In all fairness. Yeah, I've never seen that on an E28, much less an M5. Or M5, much less an E28.
Remember, in 87, they had leather dashes in the M6 and the L6. Yeah. And then when in Napa leather, and then when the American Sun, because America's no closer to the sun than Germany, but American Sun warped the dashes. So that's why my 88 M6 came from the factory with the hardened plastic dash and not the leather dash. That's the one thing that I thought would be super cool. I love leather dashboards, but I'm glad I have an 88 and not an 87.
So you do not have the leather dash?
No 1988 has the leather dash. Only 87s.
Oh,
and only some 87s, because toward the end they were replacing the dashboards, and then eventually they were like, we're not going to replace leather dashboards with leather. So you can have an 87.
yeah.
When you look through Bring a Trailer and stuff, most 87s don't have leather dashboards, but some might. If you had the car in a climate controlled garage or something, and it was your 7th car, you might.
Oh, so you're saying that the people have replaced the
BMW has replaced.
Oh, BMW replaced them. People bring them in under warranty, is what you're saying.
Right.
Wow. Sidebar, Adam, do you know how? Which I guess these are only on M5s. I don't know if they're on regularly, but this light in mine does not work. When you slide it's supposed to light up. The passenger side works, but the driver's side does not.
Dude, I have those in mine, in the M6. The light up.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is your question why it's not lighting up?
Yes. Do you have insight? But what am I getting at is, like, do you know how to change? I'm sure the bulb is bad, but I'm looking at it. There's no way to get into this to change. I mean, I'm sure you could pop it all out, but you know.
I don't know offhand, no.
Yeah, I wonder if the wiring
has it ever worked.
I'm sure the wiring does go through there. Yes.
Yeah. It's not that I remember. It's never worked. Passenger side works, oddly enough.
So anyway, like I said, not much growth was here. Not much growth happened here while I was searching for my vehicles, but I think they're pretty solid choices.
There's where the magic. Oh,
it has basket headers? Of snakes.
Is that headers? I see.
Definitely headers.
That's basket of snakes headers, dog. Good luck trying to buy those right now.
Holy snikes.
I want to say it had a billy boat as well.
Wait, is this a Euro car?
It might be. Huh?
I don't think so.
Let's find out now. That's a repaint for sure. So
nope, one of the 1340
modified with Euro
1340 examples produced for North America.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure what's his face knows this car too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if he helped or not. I don't remember. Honestly.
What part of Arizona is it in? How far is Scottsdale from Phoenix?
It's in Phoenix. It's in the valley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and go through all the comments, but I'm sure that Kohler, if he's thanked at the end, he must have gave his seal of approval, which adds a couple thousand to the adds to the confidence in the bidder, at least anyway. But
could you go to the information section again one more time?
Or you're looking for Adam's name right here, seller or purchaser, winner?
No, when I was looking around, there was one at this price that had it had like 262,000 miles. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the same car. It's not.
But here we go. Email me if this is listed again. I'll put in slicktopcity@gmail.com. Okay. All right.
Who says
where's the buyer though?
Where's the buyer?
Go down to the winning buyer and see if we can figure out where that guy lives.
Yeah, is that this guy right here?
The buyer?
Yeah. Oh my.
Talk about two car solutions.
I should have had him on here instead of you guys.
Well, if you see him selling a car, then you would know where he lived.
He's got a type.
That's a who's who, right?
Yeah, he's got a type for sure. We might
no listings. Yeah, no listings.
Well,
if you go to his comments, he might say something like, "I'm bringing it home to
I'm not doing all
Philadelphia." So okay, I think that was a great pick, King.
Yeah, I think you you stayed true to form. There's nothing wrong with I used to tell my techs when I worked at Dish and they had to sell, and we had like a whole catalog of stuff for them to sell, and there would be times they would sell just one thing. They would sell just one thing. And upper management be like, you need to diversify, you need to sell more things. I'm like, listen, there's nothing wrong with a one-trick pony. As long as you do that one trick really, really well, I'm good with it. I looked at some of your selections, Brooklyn. It looks like they're all over budget. Can you explain yourself?
0 selections will ever be over budget for me. So let's start with my date night car.
Okay. Is that the
My date night
Kendrick
car is the
Lamar?
sedan that I sent you.
Is it the sedan? You only got one sedan.
There's only one sedan that I sent you, and it has 4 doors.
What? Are you guys actually in the same room or something?
Dude, play the.
I want to make sure that this is right. There's the only sedan you sent me, right?
Yes. So what we have
You
here,
guys just hug each other right now, so we can get this. So just reach over and hug each other.
What we have here is the S38 Fire Team, all having S38 power.
I didn't say for you guys to drive the company car to the challenge. Okay.
1988
for the rest of my life.
M5. And I picked this one because it was under budget by less than $200, but also because that's more than $200, $215, New York school system. So it also let's scroll down to the information portion. It was in Marietta, Georgia.
Hey, my old stomping grounds.
131K. You're going too far. 131,000 miles. True mileage unknown, which is with the odometers in these, that's not too unusual. But I passed on one that was exactly $35,000 because it had 262,000 miles with true mileage unknown. $35,000 is still a screaming deal for an E28 M5 in these days and times. It's got the American bumpers, so it won't mix it up with Wolf's. But check out the back seat, the front and back seats on this. It's a nice interior. Because I own a 1988 M6 with the same drivetrain, I know and I've driven these. The M5 is lighter than the M6. I hope I have the basket of snakes like the Wolf's car. That's a popular, if very expensive addition that I think comes from the Euro vehicles. Scroll down a little bit more and see if we can get a look at that back seat in the photos. Anyway, this is when I was thinking about late 80s being backseat king.
We're just going to ease into it.
So what we're paying you,
we're going to ease into it, man.
That's what she said. So this car, great for date night, and can get out of its own way. Powerful, cool looking, great to bring to cars and coffee, great to bring to date night. And it's just a car I want, a car I've always wanted. So we all have like this long list of cars that we want. What's that little radar detector action?
Adam?
Yeah. Garage opener, radar detector.
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I bet that's a radar detector.
It says UHF or off or something like that. It's not on my screen where I can.
Oh, it's or radar jammer or missile launcher.
Probably says in the description.
Yeah, maybe.
So
might be an alarm system because that's an little alarm fobby thing.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a radar thing. But yeah, good looking car. Something I need for my collection. Something
Backseat's never been used.
Backseat's never been used.
Fix that on date night in a matter of minutes.
That's
tonight.
That's that's actually one of the biggest selling points for me on this car. It just looks so fantastic.
It's one of those M5s where the rear seats have never been sat in, basically.
For real.
Yeah.
Look at
I mean, I think it's probably just the difference between, there are cars where if you're driving an M5 and you're like, I want something. Some people had an 88 M5 as a family car, and other people had an 88 M5, basically as a sports car, or maybe even as a 5th or 7th car, and you get it, looking like this. Nobody brought their kids to school in this car K through 12. You know what I'm saying? With that back seat. They drove something else, or they didn't have kids or whatever. Nobody had a Great Dane sitting in the back of that M5.
Or it's been recovered. I'm pretty sure that's a recover.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. Maybe the front
It's a
seats look
damn
like
good
they were
color
redone.
match.
Yeah. Fun fact: I did not know that that's what these little thingies were for in the trunk. I do not have this little net. I'm gonna have to find one now.
Yeah, I'm sure you can pick one up on eBay for $700.
Pretty much.
Oh, it's still got the disc covering the thing, and
Still
it's
got the factory
and a
spare.
Pirelli spare
Why does
tire.
the spare look like it's on the wrong side? I always thought it was more on this side, but I could be wrong.
I'm just wondering why you can see it.
Oh, that's for your SLS.
That is. That's
Yep.
how you know it's an American car.
Deleted.
I still have my big bubble back there. You still have yours, Adam?
I pulled it.
I've got mine.
Let me tell you,
SLS on the
it is
M6?
a pain in the neck to pull.
Yeah, I'm leaving it.
But
I've got mine in the M6. Yeah. Schwartz.
Good
Good
place.
Good looking
You know.
engine. Good looking car. Period. This is I think this car is well bought, and
I think the American bumpers kind of let it down.
I mean,
I'll edit that part out. Keep
they
going.
let it down for you because you know. But this is what an M6 looks like to. This is what an M5 looks like to me. This was the M5 on my Pirelli poster. This was the M5 when I went to the auto show in 1988. So, for nostalgic purposes, like if when Walt is transferred to me, I will rock Euro bumpers happily. But on my M5, I like, I think we're all selective purists. And while your M5 looks great with the Euro, I like, there's like a list of things in automotive world that you like but you don't need. I like the Euros, but I doubt I'd
Hey, will you go back up
worry
to
about converting mine.
Go back
Which
up
one?
a little further. Is that a TRX spare? One more. There you go. Oh
No, that's the factory.
Wow, nice.
It has some kind of weird finish on it though.
Just Cosmoline.
It looks like Cosmoline.
On the wheel?
Well.
It looks like Cosmoline.
Or maybe it's just yellowed.
Yeah.
Red
That's also
two, not one, but two red screws.
Red tools. Yeah.
I think they undersold this.
Yeah, I think that's well bought. Athens BMW, so it's been in Georgia the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
I like that. One of them, there was an Athens tag that said 97, and also the Athens booklet says that shows that they got the car at that dealership. Wow, stole it. HD Walt. I am stunned at this price deal, says Bub Rudy of the New York Times.
I think $35,000 for a nicely presented M5 at this time is nice. Is very well bought.
Yeah,
and you might have to make concessions on some things. Like it's not going to be perfect, but I mean, I think both of the examples that we presented are like decent enough. You wouldn't feel bad like driving them to the store or to Vintage or whatever the heck. Getting a couple rock tips.
Jet Paul's 510 was kind of shady when he said, "I'm out," capital letters. Can't pay more for higher miles and less performance than my 91 M5, but they would have been great stablemates. You don't have to hurl insults. Like, you can pay more, Jet Paul, because E28 M5s are worth more in the market generally than E34 M5s, even though E34 M5s are newer and more powerful. So, can't pay more. If you want one, you would. And,
let's see what the winner is. His handle is Merc Lover. We'll be the decider of that.
Let's see how much he loves Mercedes.
Not
he's buying luggage.
Luggage. Oh, look what he bought. Oh my. Somebody got their tax return. Good night, nurse. Not
a man
91
850 green. I have the same exact car. Those of you out there in S38 Fire Team world, I have a 1991 in my garage, a 1991 BMW 850i 6-speed in Laguna green exterior over parchment interior, parchment leather, and he has it.
He's got it now.
He's got the Style 8s. Is that what those are
I
called?
think those are style. Oh no, they're Style 5s, aren't they? Or Style 8s?
No, they're Style 8s.
Style 8s. Oh,
mine had.
I like the British Racing Green Jaguar as well. That is.
yeah.
Oh, he won that too, huh?
V12.
Nice.
He also has a type V12 apparently.
That's the most expensive car here, right? Yep, sure is. Goodness.
Oh,
look what he did on the Pantera.
Whoa!
You really wanted
a green one, a green Pantera, even.
Dude, that was
this guy
one.
Definitely has a type.
Wow,
dude.
Okay, I'll give it to him. Merc lover, name earned.
Wow.
Oh, even my favorite, the 328 GTS.
This is a who's who of cool cars.
It really is.
He lost me with the Hummer, but we'll keep going.
I mean,
everybody loves the Hummer. Come on.
Integrale.
Speaking of old school, and he was swinging for the fences too, because he bid 90 grand on that Integrale. He bid 90 grand on that Integrale 2 days after winning the 850. So he was not done.
My man, as they say, the streets was active on this guy's block. This guy was got to hustle it out. But anyway, he's got an M5, E28 M5. He's got a V12 Jag 4-speed. He's got a 6-speed BMW V12, and he's got the drip luggage to match. So
I don't think he would be interested in that luggage had he not owned the 456.
Does he have the car that goes with it, the 456?
No, it just shows his past. These are the winners.
He may own that car.
Well,
but we didn't go far enough. He might have bought a 456 off Bring a Trailer before we, down at the bottom somewhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
But the sheer volume of cars he's buying, he also might be a collectible dealer of some sort.
Yeah. So,
so what do you guys think of that choice?
I mean,
I love it.
If you like it, have you seen it anywhere before? That's what we really need to know. No, listen, the E28 M5. If we're in the 80s and I've got, not obviously you're not going to buy E28 in the 80s, generally speaking, if you have 35 grand. But if that's my selection right now, that's nobody's going to look at you and that you got no change back from a $35,000 check.
Right.
They're well bought, and both of the ones you guys presented are perfect. I love it. Adam, I'm not even going to ask you because we already know what you think of it. Not only you're the client.
Also a member. So,
all right.
Date night.
I will notice. I thought
that was date night.
I will just notice that Dre didn't hate on your gear shift.
His gear shift, the color was wrong on the shift boot color, which was really weird because you went through a lot of work to get that wrong.
I agree.
He was aiming for it, but he missed.
If only he had gotten that right, he might have gotten 35 grand for it.
Only. Life is a game of inches.
It would have been the $215 for sure.
No.
Probably was another $215 to pull that out and get it reupholstered back in the right one.
Wait, hold on. Mine had the wrong what?
Shift boot.
E28 M5s have a very specific interior color, and anytime people get the seats, mostly the seats redone, and sometimes the gear shift boot, it's never in that same Natur color. It's very hard. It's very hard to paint match, if you will, the interior. Actually, it's easy to paint match it. It's hard to material match it. So you'll see the front seats that look really good, but they are a different shade than the doors and the rear seats. And in this case, his center shift boot, thank God he got his wits about him and did the seats correct, because if he did the seats in the same one that he did the center shift boot, that was really, really bad. But he didn't. So
the seats, you know what? I think the front seats look really good, almost too good.
Right.
Definitely recover.
Yeah,
it's a reupholster, which is fine. That I appreciate that because that's
good.
Not cheap. That's not
No, it
cheap.
looks good. It looks good, and it has
You'll appreciate
effect on sales price.
And then
What's
leathers are leather technologies increase. You're not going to have to replace them seats anytime soon.
Yeah, and I feel like if you go to a good upholstery shop or tannery or something, you can get this shift boot corrected. But I see that you could not resist yourself.
You're welcome.
And you had to yuck my yum. But overall, the car is great. So moving on to the utility section.
Okay, so date night's over. Now you're needing to what? Drive to work and
go through the snow that's piled up outside right now, and let's have it.
Is that right?
Is that right?
Is that right? Is that right?
Good to go, Marine. Good to go. This is the 1988 Land Rover Santana 90 diesel 5-speed manual.
This guy really left nothing on the table money-wise.
Very, very little. We can pay for dinner after picking the car up. I chose this because I wanted to. What I like to do with every car in my fleet, I like it to be something that I can, or every automobile, because this is not a car. I like to, let's click on that photo gallery and go through this. I've always liked the Defenders. I kind of like I always really loved the Defender 110s, but I think the Defender 90s a little bit more practical for my personal needs, and a little bit, it's cool looking. It's kind of compact, and you can park it places, and it's still this particular color scheme, and with the tires and wheels and everything. Although I'm generally historically not a fan of black wheels, but the spec on this car, I feel like it's a head turner.
On February 1st, nonetheless. Keep going.
Yeah, I think it's a great looking car.
Cool.
Some of these Defender 90s are $120,000 on Bring a Trailer. You can get a couple for a little bit cheaper, but most of the 90s and 110s can get very expensive.
Why does that symmetry look off? Adam, you see that?
Because it is.
I mean, that's probably the way it's supposed to be.
It's not the camber or caster. It's the
That's caster.
Or it's caster.
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
caster, yeah. Same in the back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, I think it's a great looking car. It's in budget. As a 2-car garage, both are compelling vehicles. Both are going to get you talked to at the gas station and at Cars and Coffee. And I felt like both of those are something I can live with, both to my commute to the office and also, life in general.
Does it come with the key to the gas? This is what I'm talking about. Look at this.
Talk about analog.
Yeah.
Judge would be like, they made electricity to make that key for it,
I mean, it's
dude, that is a gas cap lock right there.
They say fences make good neighbors or something.
Good fences make good neighbors.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
I'm gonna have to ding you on this thing.
How so?
The 19J 2.5 liter diesel made a whopping 85 horsepower, and you just put 35s on it. Let me tell you, that thing is going to move just faster than the speed of smell.
The speed of what?
Smell.
That's hilarious.
It's so stupid, man. He said it's only slightly faster.
I like
I
that.
mean, it looks great, but I mean, people are gonna have a long time to look at it. Let me tell you.
And in all fairness, I also was going to say a turbo diesel I can get behind. A naturally aspirated diesel. Boy,
Isn't it a turbo diesel?
It might be a turbo diesel, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's still
But
only got
I
80
do
horsepower.
love that even though it's only a two-door,
It has 150 torques, to be fair.
150.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But half of that is gone with those.
Still make things interesting.
I like the seats.
That is not a turbo
neat choice. 3-row, if you will.
Yeah, I do like the seats, but this is not a turbo diesel. This is just a
Diesel.
Wait, check that. Maybe. Well, let's see.
It might say so in the description.
Can you see one down there?
The description doesn't. The description just says 2.5 liter diesel inline 4.
Yeah, if it was a turbo diesel,
which I actually, if I'm being transparent, I did not realize when I.
Well, that's why it's $35,000.
This is why it's not $117,000.
Exactly. Oh man, I might have oversold it.
That's it's a looker.
It's a very good looking car. I like it a lot. And you know what? You're not going to park next to another one anywhere.
Right. That's what
So if that's what you're going for, you got it in spades.
That's definitely one of the things I'm going for.
Like
if you go, Dre, let's take a quick aside and go to scroll to the top where it says this one got away, but there are more like it here.
Yeah, that one.
I'm
Euro spec
with my cursor, but you can't. Now scroll down and go to the there's one that was sold. Go to the top. Go to the top in the black dots. Yeah, look at that one. Check out the interior on that thing.
Dude, that better come with the Corvette that had the LS3 in it as well.
Dog. Yeah, scroll down to the interior on that thing. Those seats look pretty serious.
I'm completely turned off.
It's too modern.
These seats
modern.
out of
What
are these out of a FIA World Cup car? Like this is
Trent JC Whitney.
This is like something that I would see on a Hot Wheels.
Yeah, that's some low rent JC Whitney crap.
I can't believe how much it's sold for.
What I mean is this. I like the one that you picked originally.
Because it still looks like a Land Rover.
It still looks like this looks like something Hot Wheels would cook up. You know what I mean? I mean, from a performance standpoint, it's great. But it just looks like you're trying to be like a G-Wagon AMG or something like that. Like, no, this is just not 200 grand, not house money, please.
I have to completely agree with you.
Now, now, let me show you what I really like to do. This is where you go, right? You go down here. What are these ones working with right here? $11,000. Let's see what we got.
It's probably the same one.
5-speed. Now this one was sold across overseas.
I actually like that.
Look at those wheels.
Yeah, those wheels are.
I like that. Those are classic Range Rover wheels.
Yeah, they are.
Those are the wheels that you'd get on a 90 or 89 big time Range Rover.
Yeah,
big body.
This is a true diesel.
Yeah,
this is slow, but it looks,
it's in its natural element. Look at that.
Yeah,
in the forest.
I could rock that.
Parked up to the pile of snow.
Kind of seats. Yeah.
At a cargo pocket, I'd love to rock that.
Yeah, there you go. Again, I mean, it's a 4-cylinder deal, so plenty of time for everybody to take pictures.
You know what? You know what's great is that did you see the spread of dots on that graph? I mean, there are so many of them.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. They are really like changing hands, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Now, and you look at something
where's the strike zone on those? I think the strike zone
right around here,
35 grand. Yeah,
right around here.
If you look at something like a BMW Z8, everything's at 100,000. Like,
this runs
it's
the whole
almost
game,
a straight line. I bet.
Well, you could have picked like 4 different cars at 35 grand. I'll bet. How long did they let
35 750? That 750 is worth us not sitting around talking about how slow that NA four-cylinder diesel is. Well, this is interesting. The replacement 2.5 liter turbo diesel inline four was rated at 85 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque when new. Wasn't that the same stats you had, Wolf?
Yep.
Maybe they are turbo diesels. Now, here's the other thing I have to ask you, Brooklyn. You picked this, but if you notice here that there is a back behind these seats, are you going to be able to? I can't remember which one of you guys have the long torso, short legs, or the short legs, long torso, or vice versa. Are you going to be? It looks like the seat may slide forward.
That's not on. That's not on all of them. Is that on all of them? Because I don't remember mine. Did mine have that? Let me see.
No.
Let's see. I want to say yes. Let's go and see here.
You're gonna have to prove that to me, buddy.
Okay, let's see. You're saying you're from Missouri?
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me.
That. Okay, that.
I mean, if if it fits, it chips. But
I
figured that you'd like to slide back.
I have.
Wolf has the short legs. I'm equipped with the long leg option.
At any rate,
neat selection. I
anyway,
like
that.
I don't have any regrets.
That's neat.
But I would like to show my
your plan B.
Wait, we're gonna circle back and do the plan Bs at the end.
Yeah. Let me squeeze mine in just in case.
Did you get a plan B, Wolf?
No.
Oh, you don't have a runner up? Well,
he's a short shooter, man. He's a short shooter. He's like, I didn't get any change back from my 35 grand. I got nothing else.
One shot, one kill.
Oh gosh. All right. Enough of that. All right. Now let me show you guys the win. Well, I might walk through some of my selections real quick. I had this it was a Chevy or GMC van, 80s van. I think they called them maybe it was the Vandora or the C10 or whatever it was called, but it was a four-wheel drive conversion. Oh man, it was so cool. I'll try to send it to you guys later on. But here was my off-the-wall pick, and then I came back down to reality. Okay. And I call it my off-the-wall pick because I technically don't know how to drive this, but I know that I want it and need it in my life.
Is this one of your two picks?
Runner-up.
This is your backup.
Yeah, my backup. Even in the virtual reality sphere that we're in right now, I can't even be this irresponsible, even though there would be no harm in it. Me knowing me, I probably would still make this mistake, but it would be, I would have to really be resourceful with this choice. And Adam's seen it already, but he kind of alluded to what I was thinking, like my childhood. There is this, Peter Cullen is the voice of Optimus Prime. And there was an appreciation post. It was on Facebook or something like that. There was an appreciation post on Facebook, and everybody was just like, Peter Cullen, this, Optimus Prime. I wrote on there, I was like, growing up, I had, my dad was, I had my dad in my life growing up, and I was like, but I had my dad, but Optimus Prime was like, he was also like my dad. You know what I mean? That's how much I loved watching Transformers. It was just like he was, built on integrity and toughness and tough love and all of those things. So I've always had a love for cab over trucks. And this one right here is definitely one that I would love to spend 35 grand on. This is the 83 Peterbilt cab over. It's got like a wrap on there, but you can always take that off. Shocker, I do not know how to drive I don't know the speeds on this truck, but it's usually like a 10 or 14 or 15 speed. But
it's not as hard as you think.
It's
not as hard as you think. It's basically like driving a stick, just different.
And I think it's like driving a sequential. You only have to press the clutch in first gear or reverse or something like that. But I thought this was so cool. I would absolutely love to own something like this. And you know, so many good movies that had these, you know, cab over trucks, you know,
Maximum Overdrive,
Terminator 2, Rubber Ducky, is that the name of it? Rubber Duck, something like that. Just a lot of good movies. But 35 grand, these are obviously the YouTube experience. There's a lot of YouTubers that they find these because they were abandoned. They were used for shipping and hauling and logging for all these years, and they end up in fields and they're abandoned. But, you know, since the will it start craze has come to, you know, popularity on YouTube and other places, a lot of YouTubers go out and they find these trucks sitting in weeds and in yards, and they've got trees growing around them, and they bring them back to life. And that's one thing about diesel engines, like those things you can dunk them in water. I mean, they will sit for decades, and you just get the injectors to work and get some fuel in there, and them things fire right up. Which I think
they dropping a Kalashnikov, dropping an AK-47 in the mud and firing it.
Yeah,
picking it up and firing it.
But this is pretty cool. It's got the chrome wheels. It's got the quarter fenders, air ride suspension. I mean, this thing, you know, and of course it's I want to say, I don't know what kind of engine is in there. But again, I was just kind of, you know, it's got a bed in the back, you know, take that for what it is. And I'm sure this is run over. It says 77,177 miles, but that's really probably like usually, it's run over 100,000 already. So
no
engine hours. This is great. Yeah, 1 million. Yeah.
Yeah, they frequently went 1 million miles and more.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like this.
I'm curious as what the power on this thing is.
Looks like it was a 83 Peterbilt 362, 400 horsepower engine with around 400,000 miles on an in-frame rebuild, which included new pistons, liner, and a main rod kit. 13-speed Eaton Fuller Road Ranger, polished fenders, polished quarter fenders, polished muffler stacks, LED turn signals, air ride suspension. Yeah, man, this right here is, you know, this is cool because I have this, like you guys heard me talk about it before. I want to be able to haul my cars around the United States in one fashion or another, whether that's with, you know, my Optimus Prime or just something. I want to haul my cars with me wherever I go. So that was but I was like, how practical is that? You know, clearly I'm not date nighting in this unless I'm dating, you know, I don't know, somebody from that exact
Sally
era.
Field.
Yeah, unless I'm dating Sally Field. I don't. Yeah, you're right. I'm a huge kid of the 80s. And when I was a kid, this was such a cool car. This is a 1980 C3 Chevrolet Corvette, but this one's really special, and I'll explain to you why in a minute. Car and Driver, I always quote them, but they once said that a true sports car has its body draped over the mechanicals, meaning that the design of the body is only there to cover up the mechanicals. And you can see, you know, it's not quite like box fenders, but just the arch of these fenders, right? It's just like they only go up enough to really to house the suspension bits and all that, much like a Shelby Cobra, right? Like a 427 Cobra. It's kind of like got that same. It's got these really innovative, like the door where you open the door, you got to stick your hand down in there.
Yeah,
absolutely. Loved it. You know what? I don't know if.
How much is it?
18.
So gauge pod. Why does it have a gauge pod? Because this is a turbo motor. So as you can see, it has turbo on the dash here.
Yeah, I thought that was just an AutoZone sticker.
No. This is the Chevy Turbo. Now you can't see the turbo, but if we go by the listing, you can see here. I bought this car from the original owner who ordered it new from Long Beach Chevrolet and had it directly sent to Ray J Industries to have this turbo kit put on. The turbo specs are all documented in the original handbook with the sale. The turbo, while sacrificing air conditioning, does give the car well-deserved power around 400 to the wheels. plenty to get on a
What?
yeah. And this is, and what I really like about it, it's still carbureted, and it is also, you know, period correct, right? So it's not like this is some kind of new, you know,
Resto-Mon.
they don't, it's not a lot of pictures of it, obviously, but it is, you know, I'm taking their word for it. And
Dude, go through the pictures more slowly. So
yeah, I'm actually gonna start back over.
Is that center gauge pod stock besides the turbo readout?
That I'm not sure. As you can see, we got T-tops here. I mean, look at this. Think about this picture, right? And this is why it really attracted me to this. It's only 18,000, but you had to have a drone to take this picture. Either the world, or, you know what I mean? This is really cool. Got some hand cooks on there, but I will definitely, and he's missing the center caps, but I'll definitely swap these tires around. I don't like the white wall, the writing on the white wall there.
That rear needs to come down too.
$12,000 to build.
I seen another one that I saved, and it had the same. I've seen them the right stance, but I was thinking, like, is there because of the muffler or something like that?
No, it has a leaf spring, a sideways leaf spring in the rear,
and you can adjust it up or down, right?
No, not really.
They do have
coilover kits. They do have coilover kits, and they do have other suspension kits that'll lower it a little bit. And most of it involves taking out that leaf spring.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe he had some bigger tires on it. But this thing, look, it's garaged. So I don't know if that center, I think that is stock.
Can you blow that up?
I can, but it's going to make things.
No, don't worry. I got it blown up over here.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking dash. I would change out that Pioneer head unit with something that looks old school, but does modern things, like a Bluetooth or something.
Yeah. But this is also Manuel Lewis 4-speed transmission, which is very rare for these cars. Almost all of these cars were automatics, but this one is a legit 4-speed. I love these seats. How it's two-piece seats. You got the lower and the upper. They're all like this. They had this like two-piece seats. Not a huge fan of the red interior, and clearly the seats were probably redone, but very period specific. But yeah, this is a 350 turbo, not the transmission. It's a 350 turbo engine, which I probably should have taken the time to look it up. But this guy, Ray J Industries, if I was putting two and two together, I'm assuming that is a period specific. Because again, this is 1980. This is right on the heels of the gas shortage in the late 70s. So this car from the factory, I think it was 190 horsepower for the L98 V8 that came with it. That was like the max output, and it went up over the years. But they were very power starved. I think it had like 250 pound-feet of torque. But to have a turbo in there and putting down 400 horse, 650, what was that? There might be a Holly or Edelbrock carburetor. Dude, I think it'd probably be painstaking fun, but it would be fun nonetheless. You know what I mean? And I just love the design. I think the design is, if you watch the movie The Wraith with Charlie Sheen, the main villain in that one had a C3 Corvette. I love these wheels, these deep dish mag wheels. Just such a great design. When I was a kid, I had one of these cars. It was a big, huge car. It was just like this. I've found several of these. They're relatively cheap, and it's just such a huge nostalgia factor, and a little break away from the norm. I could have did something. I could have mailed it in and found an E28 M5 to present or something like that. But I said, no, let me put in some time and actually do some work for this job that I have. That's what I decided to do. And we came up with this. So that is my pick, a 1980 Chevy Corvette C3, date night, drag strip, car show, cars and coffee. I would probably pitch a tent just wiping this thing down. I mean, it's such a beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful car, man.
Thank you for all your hard work. I thought you were going to break out into the Tebow speech. You know, I promise you one thing. A lot of goodwill will come out of this. You will never see a team play harder than we will the rest of the season. God bless. That's a great one. I like that pick. Wolf likes it because of the T-tops.
Now that I'm talking about it, hello, are you still selling the Turbo Vet in Tempe, Arizona? I can be there in 2.5 hours. Yeah, thank you. Yep. 18,000 cash.
Oh, wait a second. Is this Arizona?
It is.
Oh, it is.
Tempe, Arizona.
I like it.
You
I like
do?
it a lot.
I like it a
I
lot.
like the fact that I like that it's a stick. I like that it's turbo V8. And it's just got this. It's got just enough wrong with it that I can still fiddle with it.
Yeah.
I
do feel like when I look at the engine bay, I can tell that there's some wiring going on.
No, I'm definitely gonna have to hire Oompa Loompas to work on that thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's tight.
Child labor is required.
Now you're just showing off.
Right.
I like the front bumper on the white one better. This is okay. It looks pretty good. That looks really cool, actually.
Yeah, I bet they want 50, 60 grand for that one for some reason.
Oh, there's a turbo right there. Yeah.
I wonder who did their turbo.
That's
is this a Ray J turbo as well?
Yeah, I said it was Ray J.
Yeah, it was a Ray J, yeah.
I thought it said that.
Yeah, it looks like the gauges are right there. Now this is a 79, so it's 1 year earlier than mine. It's got the probably fake knockoffs.
No, absolutely.
Those might be real Corvette wheels because that's what they came with.
Yeah, I think those are real wheels, but
I don't know if they're real.
But the caps might be knockoffs, like you said. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's my date night project car, drag strip car, American nostalgia, Corvette Summer, another one of my favorite movies. Which we got to do a movie episode again. By the way, that's next. What's that guy name on Joe Rogan? What's he call him? Jamie?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Jamie, write that down. Okay. So that's that. This was another runner-up for me right here. This was pretty badass.
I considered those
560 SDC.
How much?
Because if you had this in the 80s, like people paid attention to you.
Oh yeah, you're a baller. That's baller.
This is the only thing that kept me from getting it. It was the automatic. That was probably the biggest thing. But this was only 26,000, 27.
No.
And it's got the proper German silver. I thought that was pretty.
I think it's gangster, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Tough, right? Yeah. All right. So here's my final presentation. This is something that I had a huge appreciation for when it was out. And this is one of those cars that are still around today, as with the Corvette, but it's still around today. But how it is today is, well, actually, it's a lot like it was back then. It kind of actually went back to its roots, minus a couple doors. But this is one of those, this is back when Toyota was, built to last. You know what I mean? And this one is rather expensive. I'm sure I can find a cheaper one, but this is, I like a good factory fresh presentation. And here we have a 1987 Toyota 4Runner SR5. And as you can see, it's got the, I think this is one generation newer wheels, or maybe that's a period correct wheels right there. Looks like it's got a little lift on it, but you've got the period specific graphics. I like that it's red, and I like that the graphics match the wheels. And if you guys don't know that this top comes off, not easily, but it does come off and makes it into a SUV with the top missing. But this right here is proper, man. This would be cool. I could see myself driving this. I love the little front spoiler right here. You still see these trucks on the road. You'll still see them around. You know what I'm saying?
Not here.
Not here.
No, they all make it south.
Oh, well.
Dude, there's caravans of them going south. I'm serious. Like, they have all been bought up and taken south.
Yeah, these things are. This is back when I'm going to show you a really quirk as what's Doug would say, quirks and features of this that I just realized. But this is a 2-door roll-up windows, manual. They did make a turbo 4-cylinder version of this, which I would have loved to found because it would have matched my Corvette, but I could not find any for sale. I didn't check Bringer Trailer like you guys do, but this velour cloth interior, this is just
That's sharp.
standard Toyota steering wheel in the 80s. Good stuff. Big, huge tack. You have all the off-road dials and gauges right here.
That's amazing.
They did put a modern AV package in, but if I didn't point it out, you guys might have not even realized it was there. Big, huge gauges. It has an inclinometer. It has a rollover gauge. It has, I want to say, one was an inclinometer, one was a rollover, and compass. I think this one's a compass right here. But you know, just cool 80s. So you guys are looking at, you're like, why is there 2-door latches? Well, because on the passenger side, you know, this is a 2-door vehicle and it had seats in the back. So if you needed to open the door from the back, you put the passenger seat forward, and then you can open so you don't have to stretch all the way to the front door or the front part of the door to open it. So that's why there's 2-door latches, and that's only on the 2-door 4Runners.
That's amazing, because that would be handy on so many cars, right? Like
Right.
Toyota,
yeah.
man. So
Yeah.
is this a red version of? No, Marty McFly's was a
SR5
Tacoma.
pickup truck. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
a pickup.
Yeah. And this has got the legendary 22 RE fuel.
Oh yeah, that's
engine.
the 22 RE. Yeah, it's really also
slow, but
reliable.
Slightly less reliable than the Sun. Yeah.
I have to concede that the Land Rover 90s engine was probably very reliable as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's diesel. Yeah, I'm sure you could straight survive.
Couple laps around.
What's the power rating on this 4Runner?
They were 109 horsepower, if my memory serves. I did look it up. I want to say it's 190.
No,
maybe 120. It was low.
Yes, definitely less than 150.
Yeah, it was low. Yeah, it was low. But yeah, but the turbo version had more.
But there are some people that hop these up now. There's actually like a little cottage industry of places that hop these up.
But these are cool because you can take, like I said, you can take this rear part off right here and make it into like a quasi convertible. It has a factory roll bar in it.
Yeah, if you look in the back hatch, you can see the roll bar.
Oh, really?
There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, right here.
It probably had to because the top comes off.
Yeah,
right. You know, look at the window went down in the back. You had rear defroster. You had the rear wiper arm, chrome bumpers. I'm not a huge fan of the chrome bumpers, but I can survive with them. No running boards. You know what the running boards are? You run and get in that thing. That's the running boards there.
You know what? What's really what else is really
is it pink? It looks pink in some of the photos.
It is I think it is a respray. So same thing as we were talking about earlier. How accurate is the respray?
It's red and it's red on these photos, but maybe because of the sun or the washing out.
Yeah. The
22 RE produced 116 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah.
A rarer 2.4 liter turbo 22 RE-TE was available, producing 135 horsepower.
Yeah. Insurance goes up. Yeah.
You know what's great? You know what's great about this vehicle is that it is remarkably free of rust, at least that we can see.
Yeah.
Which is
typically, it looked like it was. You could tell they did some. It looks like they sprayed some stuff underneath there to make sure the rust didn't start. I'm okay with that. Love the tires. Meaty. They did put upgraded like what do they call it? Halogen instead of the sealed beams.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan of that, but I understand why they did it for lighting purposes. I'll probably let that stay. But this is great, man.
Yeah, it's a cool car.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would have to find. I would really love to find a turbo one. Maybe I'll look on Bring a Trailer, see if I can find one. But yeah, this is cool. This is, you know, you can daily drive this. You can take this to the store. You can go off-roading, camping, to the beach. You can haul a little bit of stuff in the back. My Vet would be a 2-seater, so this would probably be the, you know, grocery runner.
Ain't gonna be a tow vehicle, that's for sure.
Not with that attitude.
Just saying.
So, but yeah, that's my, and then I had found another one too, actually, a white one, which I really wanted the white one to match. That's, yeah, same graphics. This one has stock wheels, stock headlights.
Those graphics are RADWOOD to the core, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like the white. I like the silver on white too.
Yeah. So yeah, I found a white one. This one was really. This one is not. It didn't have that little body lift to it, so it's a little bit more stock, which I'm fine with. But this one's a little bit more take. They were the same price, so yeah. So that's I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, one's an inclinometer.
What years were these made?
These were like mid 80s to 89, I think. 89 was maybe the last year for it.
Dude, you should really shop Bring a Trailer.
Yeah.
They've got an 87 turbo 4x4 4Runner sold for $15,750. Oh. They got another one for 22.
Put it in the chat. Yeah, this one had
AC and heat work. My goodness.
The two, and these are and the great thing about the 80s is that it's basic. Now, when you go back to like this, like maybe the early mid, that stuff is, you can't daily those cars, right? Your Volkswagen Beetles, your Ford Granada, like them things got metal dashes. There's no cigarette outlet to even plug anything in. There's nothing that helps you. The 80s is real basic transportation, right? It starts, it stops, it turns. You know, when you turn the steering wheel, the indicator stops, turn, you know, click. You might have power windows, maybe you do, maybe you don't.
You might have a radio.
Basic transportation, and that's really a good, and the engine is modern enough with the fuel injection, it's going to start and all of those things. So the 80s is really that beginning basic transportation era that I like. Damn, I really could have snagged this one. So he also did the upgraded headlights here. And it's got that 2.4 22 RE. Now this one does have a automatic, but it does have some. I wonder if the automatics came with the only came with the turbo. I feel like the manuals came with the turbo too, but yeah.
Yeah, all the turbos I see for sale are automatic.
Automatics, yeah.
Yeah, because I guess the 173 pound-feet of torque was just too much for a stick shift.
Yeah. When I was in high school, there was this guy in Auto Hobby Shop, and he had it wasn't a 4Runner, but it was the pickup truck, and he had it on, you know, it was 4-cylinder, and he had it on some big tires. He was, you know, he's a good old redneck, but I mean, when I say this guy, he would beat the living piss out of this thing. There was so much mud caked up on it. He would have to take it home and just put the sprinklers on a hose underneath it just to rinse all the dirt and mud and out. But I mean, that thing ran and ran and ran and ran and ran.
Yeah,
I always love these 4Runners. And fun fact, you see the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder turbo. Guess what 4Runners come with now?
4-cylinder
turbos. Everything comes back home. I love the big fatty mud flap. Look at the mud flap, just big long ones, and they're manual hubs. So make sure you know when you want to go on 4-wheel drive, because you got to go out and lock those hubs yourself. A little inconvenient, but realistically speaking, how much are we going into 4-wheel drive mode here? As much as I can.
I like it.
Yeah.
We'll try.
So yeah, those are my and I kind of shared with you guys some of my maybes. Adam, you shot me your maybe baby, right?
Yeah. No surprises.
And I like how you guys are having a full blown on conversation with each other in the damn chat while we're doing the episode. Oh my God. Sometimes I just don't know what to do with you, Adam. I really don't. Nope.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
You shouldn't be.
Oh, the 2JZ GTE though. That's different.
This guy was like, "Oh, you want to go turbo vet? No
Panda.
problem."
Panda.
Panda. Yeah. I gotta
Dude, that is a rocket ship.
I seen it. I also almost did a race car too. There was a couple race cars. I was like, "Ooh, they weren't race cars, they were drag cars."
I can already see the interior is stripped. Plus a 2JZ.
And a roll cage.
Jesse would say, this will decimate all.
Yeah. Looks like
overnight parts from Japan.
Rear end.
Come on, wouldn't that be fun?
How convenient. He gave us all this is what we're all here. You guys, let me know if you guys should be able to hear this, right?
Oh yeah.
I like how he didn't want to go too crazy considering the fact that he was trying to sell them a trailer.
Look at that fitment.
That fuel pump. That sounds like an 8.
Look at that fuel.
I didn't catch that, Adam. Was this date night or
Like the rough.
Man, that thing goes.
Looks like a deal to me.
I don't think you'd be able to wipe the smile off your face. Yes, please.
straight cut gears?
That would be a pain in the neck to drive, but I'll tell you what.
That cameraman is hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, you definitely get to the grocery store to get what you went to the store for. Okay. Oh man.
All right, I'm definitely convinced you bought that.
That would be a pain in the neck to drive, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Anything for the team, right? Anything for the team. Oh my! And I like how they have the reference article.
The price, dude.
Yeah, the car and driver reference article of a bone stock Corolla. Yeah, right. There's something in relation there.
Yeah,
I do like that they kept it as a regular exhaust. Yeah, meaty, huh?
I didn't hear it spinning except when he wanted it to, though.
Yeah.
I love that a lot.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun, but also a lot of trouble. Like that screams arrest me.
Yeah, but you
or at least pull me over and ask me about it.
Yeah. Wowzers. Oil cooler, intercooler, rad. That's pretty cool. That's a full-on race car there, Mr. Armor. What do you got to say for yourself?
I mean, what else is there to say? I think UJZ said it best. I think he said it was 600.
Even the Toyotas, I almost went Land Cruiser too, but I don't love the 89 Land Cruiser as much as I love the 90s Land Cruisers.
Those are 15s. Good grief,
chunky.
Fuel Tech overboard 3-liter does not say.
It usually has it when they under the photo of the engine itself.
Precision G6266, half a millimeter overbore.
2200 cc injectors.
Oh, hold on. Power is sent to the wheels, blah, blah, blah. Balanced one-piece drive shaft. Dang. I'm sure it's 600 horsepower. I'm sure of it.
It's probably more than that. I wouldn't doubt. I'm sure it's X in the articles, but
very cool.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Sold after via offer.
Yeah. Huh. So somebody wanted it. Yeah. I'm just kind of looking at the bids, and
what was the final bid?
21.
No,
that was the final bid.
21.
That was the sold after price.
No, I don't think they published the after price.
Well, it says sold for, so maybe
they do. This is what happens. You bid up, and let's say the top bid was 15,000, and then the person who is the top bidder gets to call, and the owner's like, "Dog, I need like 22,000."
It says reserve not met at 21,000, and then it says sold for 21,001 via offer.
Wow.
So it was definitely more than 21,000.
I think they left some power.
That works. I thought when I read the rules before I joined the auctions, it was something like, I think because for full transparency and also that Carson bids and Bring a Trailer get their money, you have to tell them exactly what you paid. But I guess you can make it up. I don't know. Good pick. Good pick. Bit of nostalgia. Initial D and your first car in Japan. Very cool.
Yeah, good stuff. I think that in summary, we would have all survived the 90s, but our motorheadness comes through in these picks where whether now we're smarter, right? We have a vehicle for the bullshit, and then we have a vehicle for to getting into some shit. So the E28 M5s and the Corvette turbos and the turbo Corollas and the Defenders and the Forerunners and the Suburbans are very similar, and not horribly different from what we actually are whipping up in and around now. So that's to be expected, but it's a good, like I said, the constraint of having to pick cars from the 80s is one that makes you kind of rethink your priorities a little bit and kind of think like, hey, how much is this, how much pleasure am I going to get out? At least that's for me. It was like, and that's why I kind of like turned back that 18-wheeler pick, that, cab over. I was like, how much am I going to actually be able to drive this if I'm not traveling the country? Still a cool thing to have, and you got to think about storing it and all of that stuff. So maybe I'm a little bit too practical in my dreams, but I'll definitely be happy with the old school two-door OG 4Runner and a turbo vet. That's a good garage for me.
Yeah. These were all great choices. I still have to give my my backup choice though.
I thought you. Oh, did you want to present that?
I did not give my backup choice. I gave my two.
You gave an additional honorable mention. Is honorable mention backup same thing? Would you like to present your honorable mention,
Jamie? Pull up the beer fighting.
Oddly enough, I thought these were still lookers as well. I thought these still looked good. So these had the 3.8 turbo V6, but without the intercooler, so it didn't make the ridiculous power.
You can easily make your Grand National perform like a GNX, but they made so few GNXs.
I'm going to stop you right there because some people that work on this kind of stuff and do so for YouTube had a pretty hard time, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. They had to put some real money into it.
This says Duttweiler intercooler neck. So
so it has they added an intercooler. Well, let's see. Reading is fundamental. Let's start there. Rebuilding the 3.8 with the PE60 methanol inject. Yeah, so they did all sorts of stuff. So this is a build.
Yeah. I think factory,
this model wasn't that fast.
I think factory, on paper, the Grand National is like 260 horsepower and the GNX is 300. But there were rumored that the GNX was much more powerful, and they just, via gentleman's agreement or via they just wanted to sneak up on Corvettes, they didn't publicize exactly how much more powerful GNX was. They lied about it. Aftermarket gauges, I like those.
Always almost less interesting what's on automatic.
Yeah, I'd like you to send me that video or that article about the hopping up the Grand Nationals there, Wolf.
Yeah, they called it the Grand Rational.
The Grand what? Rational?
Maybe they just got a bad one.
They called it the what?
Grand Rational.
Oh, damn.
Look at that.
Yeah, I love that one.
E-body. So that's the Monte Carlo, that's the Grand National, and that's the
Cutlass.
442,
I believe.
Yeah. Cool.
Dude, it was so cool growing up having these driving around. Like that's I think I've said it before in other videos. Growing up in New York City, one of the cool things was there were so many people from so many demographics, walks of life, and financial situations that you saw all the stuff, like I've seen Lamborghini Miuras in traffic when I was a kid. Lots of people had Inca Orange 2002 TIIs. All of these, the Cutlass 442, the Monte Carlo SS, and the Grand National and GNX were just roaming the streets of Brooklyn. What a time to be alive. These are great photos in this article as well.
So the Grand National 0 to 60 was 7.5. It had 200 horsepower, 300 pound-feet of torque.
What year was this? 200? That's it?
Yeah, this was July 85.
The torque does a lot for you, though.
Yeah, July 85. Yeah, very good. Very cool.
200.
Yeah, 200 horsepower. That's how much. That's why you're like, oh, the GNX was like 240 or 260, but was rated much higher. The regular GNX without the intercooler was like that 200 sounds about right.
Okay.
And there's another one below that.
GNX says 276 and 360 pound-feet of torque. However, independent tests indicated the actual output was significantly higher, often closer to 300 horsepower and over 400 pound-feet of torque. Mind you, 2003 BMW M5 has 394 horsepower or 396 horsepower, and what's the torque? 369? I think it's 369 foot-pounds of torque. Because the 540 is 324. So in 1987, if that thing had 400 pound-feet of torque, I know it was walking Corvettes and 911s.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. So your winner of your Grand National here also has a type. Alphas.
He likes alphas.
912s. That was much more of a, I mean, if you were to an E28 M5 or a Grand National for the same money, obviously I'm gonna, and I think that the automatic is the letdown for the Grand National. But Yeah, but the turbo V6, I don't know. That's a tough one there. But the Grandap G body, as you know, to your point, Brooklyn, those were everywhere and all. But you know, my best friend had one in high school, and my aunt had one, and everybody had a G body. And they were good cars. They were good cars in terms of an everyday car that, you know, everyday. And then, you know, there was a little bit of style and substance to them as well. So yeah, cool stuff. I like that. Yeah, good stuff. All right. With all of that being said, I think that the cars in the selection speak for themselves. You guys are free to hop in the comments and let us know what you think. You know, do you guys have any of these cars? We have a few of them, or at least one of them for sure. And what do you guys think? Are you brave enough to really daily an 80s car, or have you succumbed to the fact that, you know, struggling to keep up with a crossover SUV is just, you know, enough embarrassment as it is? Great episode. Final thoughts, Brooklyn.
The 80s is an era that we grew up in, and you know, while we may have been little kids, we were already car guys. So these cars hold a special place in our heart. And when we do the 90s in the future, the 90s episode and the 2000s episode, we'll see the quantum leaps in progress that car technology made. Now I'm thinking about why I didn't look up a Conquest TSI.
Because they were really cheap. They're not, you're just, Conquest TSIs aren't trading at 35 grand.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it was a great period in history. And if we had unlimited funds, we could literally fill, you know, aircraft hangars with the 80s cars that we'd want to have, you know. And it's interesting, the kind of like the power numbers when you think about the 60s, where, you know, sometimes I look at muscle cars and I'm like, did that car really have a 450 horsepower engine or a 500 horsepower engine? And they did. You know, your Hemis and your big Fords and, you know, and your Pontiacs and whatnot. So this is a great era, and I think it's just a great episode.
Adam.
I think I've brought this up before, but I also want to underscore that a lot of these cars are really solid today. You know, even as a 40-year-old car, where, you know, we were talking earlier about some of these cars, you know, they do 100, 150,000 miles and you just throw them away. Yeah. There's lots of cars from the 80s, 90s, and even today that are very much like that. You're not going to see them in 40 years, whereas these cars continue to thrive. I mean, they can keep up with traffic. They can get you to and from, you know, relatively comfortably, and they still, you know, they're still relevant. So I think that's a really great point that you made about how, you know, the 80s is sort of a golden era of automobile manufacture and styling, for that matter. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, we could, like you said, Brooklyn, we could definitely fill an aircraft hangar full of 80s vehicles and probably never be bored. So long live the 80s.
Long live the 80s.
Yes, sir. Perfect. Well, I am Dre Zoom. That's Adam, Slick Top City, and Brooklyn. We are going to sign off. This has been a good one, real fun. We're getting back into the swing of things. Like I said, today's February 1st. We've got a lot of stuff planned that we just kind of talked about. So we'll see you guys on the flip. Hop in the comments, you know, like, comment, subscribe, share, all of those good YouTube things. Help the algorithm. And S38 Fire Team, we're back, baby. We are back. We are back.